The movie starts by introducing us to Alice, a 40-year-old woman who has been working at a big publishing company for over 10 years. Alice is a single mom, and her husband passed away years ago. Every day, she arrives at work with a stressed look on her face. Even when the company holds events or her friends invite her to go out, Alice never joins them. Because of this, people assume she's distant and unfriendly. They even start to be afraid of her, thinking she avoids everyone on purpose. One day, Alice's boss decides to talk to her. He notices that she never seems happy and tells her that her loneliness is affecting her work. He suggests that she needs to be more social, to connect with people, and warns her that if she doesn't improve, he might have to replace her with someone else. Alice tries to explain that her age is making it harder for her to fit in, but her boss insists that age isn't the issue. He encourages her to find someone to share her life with, leaving Alice confused and unsure about what to do next. Soon after, Alice is about to travel to Brazil for work. As she boards the plane and waits for takeoff, a 19-year-old boy named Baltimore arrives and sits next to her. Baltimore is heading to Brazil for school and is thrilled to be seated next to Alice. He quickly takes a liking to her, but Alice isn't too pleased and wonders why he keeps staring at her. Suddenly, the plane encounters some turbulence, and it starts shaking. Scared, Alice grabs Baltimore's hand, and he holds hers in return. Eventually, the plane lands safely in Brazil, and Alice quickly says goodbye and hurries off the plane, but in her rush, she accidentally leaves her flash drive behind on her seat. Baltimore notices the flash drive and tries to return it to Alice, but she drives away before he can catch up. He remembers that he gave her his phone number earlier, hoping she might call him. A few days later, while Alice is at work, she realizes her flash drive is missing. She becomes stressed, thinking she left it on the plane, and decides to call Baltimore. He's overjoyed to hear from her and tells her that he has the flash drive. He's at a party and invites her to come and pick it up. Without thinking twice, Alice heads to the party, even though it's already dark outside. When Alice arrives at the party, she notices some of her younger co-workers are there too. They spot Alice with Baltimore and are shocked, thinking she's dating a much younger man. They start laughing and taking pictures of her from a distance. Meanwhile, Alice goes inside the party and immediately asks Baltimore for her flash drive, but Baltimore keeps insisting that she should relax, have a drink, and enjoy herself. After she repeatedly asks for her flash drive, Baltimore finally admits that it's at his place and suggests they go together to retrieve it. Reluctantly, Alice agrees and hops on his motorcycle as they head to his house. As they leave, Alice's co-workers continue watching them, planning to spread the gossip at work. At Baltimore's house, Alice finally gets her flash drive and quickly heads out the door, but Baltimore is happy that she came to his place, and before she leaves, he tells her that she can find him anytime. The next day, when Alice arrives at work, her co-workers are all talking and laughing about how she spent the night with someone and seemed to be having fun. Alice realizes they're talking about her, but surprisingly, even her boss seems pleased with the news. Her closest co-worker gives her some advice, suggesting that she should see Baltimore again and spend more time with him. Listening to her closest co-worker, Alice decides to visit Baltimore at his college. Of the students, they're amazed that Baltimore managed to find such a beautiful woman. That night, Alice takes Baltimore to a company party, but he behaves immaturely, making her feel embarrassed. Alice is only doing this to feel young and to be noticed by others, not because she actually likes Baltimore. However, Baltimore's feelings for Alice continue to grow every time they meet. Later, Alice and Baltimore find themselves on the rooftop, where they talk for a while. Alice realizes that Baltimore is smarter than she initially thought. During their conversation, a coworker approaches them and offers Alice a cigarette, which she accepts and starts smoking. After Baltimore escorts Alice home, he returns to his own place, while Alice has dinner with her family and goes to bed. The next day, Alice takes Baltimore to a fashion show. During the event, one of the models suddenly slips and falls. Feeling bad, Baltimore rushes to help her up, and the moment is captured on camera. The event hosts and attendees are impressed by Baltimore's kindness and praise Alice for having such a wonderful friend. That night, after the fashion show, Alice and Baltimore spend the night together at Alice's house. The next morning, Alice's sister and her child come home and are surprised to find Baltimore there. Alice asks him to leave, but they meet again later that day and spend more time together. As days pass, their bond grows stronger. Alice is now much happier, her work is going well, and she's getting along better with her co-workers. Her boss and colleagues are thrilled with her positive change. The next day Alice is tasked to find a new model for their new project, which she then picks out someone, but the boss's interest wasn't picked. Instead, she explains that he likes the boy who picked the model before after the model fell during the last show, telling her to find him and bring him as she knows him. Alice, without wasting time, goes straight to him and asks him to work with them, as he will be popular. Baltimore, unable to decline, goes to their workplace the next day, where he playfully interacts with Alice's co-workers as they prepare for his photo shoot. However, one of the workers tells Baltimore that the only reason Alice still has her job is because of him, implying that her improved mood is all thanks to him. This comment angers Baltimore, as he starts to believe that Alice has been using him for her own benefit. Furious, Baltimore confronts Alice, accusing her of using him to advance her career and hurt his feelings. His words deeply affect Alice, leaving her heartbroken. She tries to explain that she truly cares for him and isn't using him, but Baltimore refuses to listen. He tells her not to contact him again and leaves. Alice is devastated and returns to her lonely life. Months pass, but Alice can't stop thinking about Baltimore. Finally, she decides to go to his college and enters his classroom to ask for his forgiveness. Baltimore is stunned by her actions. As they get closer, they share a kiss in front of the students. The movie ends by showing us Baltimore, Alice, and her child, starting a new chapter of their lives together, full of happiness. Dear viewers, this was the 2017 romance movie It Boy. Let us know your thoughts about the movie in the comments section below. Don't forget to join our family by liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and hitting the bell icon. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe.